Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about what I have planned to read for the month of March. Let's get started. I don't know why, I don't know how, but for some reason I feel as though March is going to be amazing. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm like this close to finishing my last full-time semester. I don't know. I have so many books planned to read. A bunch of them are like new releases. Some of them are like on my backlist. Like, we have books to talk about and I'm so excited. So buckle in. We're gonna get straight into it, baby. We're not even gonna waste any time. Other than to say, of course, that I am literally stunning and gorgeous, and I love my makeup today. You may not be able to see, but I put on like faux freckles. It's like a whole thing. It's like a whole moment. My makeup is literally gorgeous. I can't. I'm obsessed with my makeup today. Like, obsessed. Anyway, let's get started. Hi, how are you? How's it going? How's your life? I hope it's good. I hope you're literally living your fucking dream. That's all I ever really want for you. I need you to know that you are doing your best. I know that you're doing your best. I can see it. I can see the way that you are putting in effort, the way you are pushing yourself, the way that you're moving forward. You know, I can see that in you. I can see it. And I know that you doubt yourself, and I know you think like, I'm not doing enough. I could work harder. I could be more helpful. I could be more innovative. I could be smarter. I could blah, blah, blah. And sure, all of us have the possibilities of infinity, you know? But I also really need you to know that like, you doing the bare minimum sometimes is okay. Sometimes you doing the least amount of fucking work because you literally cannot even fathom putting in more effort than you already are is completely fucking fine. And that you are valid and feeling as though you don't want to or cannot give more. Because if you just keep giving and giving and giving, your cuppeth will runneth dryeth, you know? Sometimes the bare minimum, sometimes even less than the bare minimum, is your best, and that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to feel unmotivated, to feel downtrodden. Sometimes it's okay to feel like you don't really give a single flying fuck. I want you to remember that these feelings of shame and these feelings of guilt only really add to your negative perceptions and emotions. And the more guilt and shame you add onto yourself, the worse it's gonna get, and the more it's gonna become a self-actualizing prophecy. No, self-fulfilling, that's the word. You are working hard. You are doing your best. I believe in you. I think you're doing great. And I think that you deserve to give yourself a break, to give yourself a chance to breathe and catch up. Because you cannot just keep giving and giving and giving and not giving back to yourself, you know? Anyway, that's all I had to say. I just had to say it. So, love you. Let's talk about books. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Literally, Jordaline is a new bitch. Jordaline reads. Who reads horror? Who was she? We don't even fucking know her, bitch. She doesn't exist anymore. Goodbye. She's gone. Okay, maybe not like gone, but like right now, Jordaline doesn't even want to like think about horror. Jordaline wants to think about fairies and their dicks, okay? Let's talk about these books, okay? Let's start with the patrons, okay? Because there are quite a few books I'm reading for my Patreon. And it's like a lot, but I'm also like really excited. So for the Patreon, I'm reading 4 books this month. 4 books for my Patreon. Which, by the way, if you want to join, you can totally do that. If you want to join, it's totally available to you. There's always a link in the description. It's only $5 a month to join the book club section of the Patreon. There are other tiers and stuff, but the most popular is the $5 tier. It's wonderful. We do reading sprints all the time. It's so good. We love it. We live, we laugh, we love. Okay, I want to talk about the 2 thrillers that we're reading this month for my Patreon book club. One of those is In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I was sent this very kindly by Candy. She's literally an angel. I wanted it in hardcover, but I was too cheap to buy it in hardcover. But Candy very, very kindly sent it to me, so thank you so much, Candy. We're reading this for the Patreon this month because the audiobook is coming out. The audiobook, for some reason, wasn't released at the same time as the physical book, which is kind of weird, but whatever. No judgment, I guess. This is about Jessica. Jessica is so excited for her university, for her college reunion. She is gonna go back into that fucking place with her hair done, with her face immaculate. People are gonna whisper about her. People are gonna be like, oh my god, there's Jessica. Oh my god, there she is. Look at her. She's literally gorgeous and perfect. Jessica's excited for that because when she left university 10 years ago, she was fucked up. I don't think she had that many friends. I think she had like maybe like one group of friends. Their whole university experience was fucked up by this murder that happened of their other friend. When Jessica goes back to this reunion, she walks in and she's like, yes, everybody be jealous of me because I'm literally so successful and gorgeous and beautiful, which is exactly what I would do, by the way. I would 100% walk in and they'd be like, oh, you have 6 kids? That's a lot. I would be literally so fucking petty, but you already knew that. Anyway, they walk in, but things are a little bit weird because there's somebody there who is like determined to figure out who the fuck killed this girl whose name was Heather. And these 6 friends are all suspects, okay? There's 6 people, 1 reunion, and 1 unsolved murder. I'm so excited to read this. It has been on my TBR, on like my radar for so long. I've heard so many people talk about it. So many people really love it and I can't wait. I also just love this cover. I also just love this title. Like, it's stunning. Stunning. The other book I'm going to be reading with my patrons is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I have been so excited for this book. I have been so looking forward to getting my hands on this. It's one of my most anticipated books of the year of 2022. You may or may not know this about me, but I'm literally a Lucy Foley stan. Like, I love her books so fucking much. She's one of my favorite thriller writers of all time. Because the patrons and I had planned to read this book, we also were like, well, what about this one? And so we're gonna read both because we're literally crazy, because we're like wild, because we're not like other girls. This is about a girl named Jess. Jess is not doing well. Things aren't going great. Things could go better. Her job is like really shitty and I think she quits or she gets fired from it. She's like literally broke, no money. She calls her half brother, Ben, right? She calls Ben and she's like, hey, how's it going? I just have like a quick question. I know that you live in like Paris and like you're really fancy, but could I come live with you? And Ben is like, I don't know if you, what is this accent? I don't know. I guess so. If you really need to. She goes off to Paris and she gets there and she's like, oh my god, this building is so beautiful, it's so fancy. She goes up to his floor. She's like, oh my god, these floors are so fancy, oh my god. And then she opens the door, she goes in, and the apartment is stunning. She's like, how the fuck does this guy afford this fucking place? But then she also notices that he's not fucking there. She's like, Ben, but Benny, you know, because he doesn't come back. He's just gone. The more she starts to look into and like investigate his life and everything like that, and the more she finds that some shit was real sketch. Some shit was like really not kosher, not great. And every neighbor is a suspect. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. At the moment March 1st hits, I'm reading this. I'm getting it in my body because I'm so excited. For the Patreon, for the Smut Club, which is our second book club, we are going to be reading Rapacetic by Laura Thalassa. This is a erotic fantasy romance novel. I think about a fairy king and like another girl. I've heard from a few people in the Smut Club that they're like obsessed with this, that it's like some real good shit. This is about Callie. Callie has this like black bead bracelet, and each bead represents like an obligation or an IOU. Only death or repayment will make these beads disappear, okay? She's stuck with it. But she goes, I think, to some kind of fairy king, to some kind of fae king called the Bargainer, and he is like, deal, we'll make a deal. I'm not sure what the deal is, to be honest. The back cover is kind of confusing, but she's like, yes, fine, let's make a deal. I think at the beginning of the novel, he has come to collect payment from her for something, and I think they have to like kiss, but I'm also assuming that they're gonna fuck. So we love. I literally do not know what to expect from this. I love the cover. I'm really into like fairy porn, fairy fantasy shit. Who would have ever been like, Jordaline, you know, the girl who likes fairy smut? Like, who would have ever thought that? Who would have ever been like, oh, what's her name? The one who likes big fairy dick. What's that girl's name? Like, who would ever, oh, it's Jordaline Reads, that's right. Like, who would have ever thought that about me? Honestly, I probably would have, but nobody else. We're reading this for the Smut Club for the Patreon. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I've heard so many good things. Jessie says it's amazing, so I trust. The last book that I'm reading for the Patreon, but I can't really talk about it that much, is A Court of Thorn and Roses. Are you surprised? Are you fucking surprised? I didn't fucking think so. I'm for sure gonna do a reading vlog for this series. For sure, okay? So expect that. In March. Expect a reading vlog for this book. We're reading the first book in March. I can't say. It's like supposed to be secret, but it's obviously not really a secret because I'm talking about it here. I don't know what it's about really, but I kind of like that. I kind of like going into it blind. I know some of the characters' names, like Reese. I don't know who that is though. I literally have no conception of who any of the characters are, what the plot is. I know vaguely that it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and that's it. After reading Crescent City, I need more, you know? And I feel like this is gonna be a good-ish replacement. We'll see. I know that some people really don't like it, and like, God bless you. Your opinion is valid, and you're like totally welcome to it. But I want to try. What's wrong with trying? Speaking of horror, by the way, and because I'm not really like the queen of horror anymore, but in my opinion, more like the queen of everything, I do have a few horror books that I wanted to add to my TBR. They're both like new releases, and I've been really excited for both of them. The first one is, of course, Manhunt by Gretchen Felker Martin. This is about trans women at the end of the world. It's like the apocalypse. Everything is like dead and gone and over. These trans women are like, you know, fighting their way through the apocalypse, but they're also like killing straight men. We love that. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read this. It's been on my most anticipated. I'm kind of nervous because I don't want to be let down by it, but I want to go into it. I want to go into it. I need to read this because I've heard good things, but I've also heard some not so good things. So I'm nervous, but I'm excited. The other horror book that I'm really looking forward to is Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. This is about the ship. It's like in space. It's like their job or whatever to be astronauts or something. That's probably like not what they're called, but in my head that's what they're called. So they're like on a ship and they just finished their job and they're like on the way home, right? And then they see something weird. This is weird. I don't know, maybe like on their little computers, you know? Like one guy is like, Captain, you know? And he's like, what is it? Falcon? Like he's like, I saw something weird, Captain. And so they go check it out. They're like, you know what, maybe it's somebody in danger. So they go check it out and they get there and they board this ship. It's abandoned and they realize it's a ship that went literally missing like decades ago. It's the ship that is made out of legends and mysteries and myths. Like it's a ship that people truly believed was like an anomaly, you know? So they're on board this ship and they're like, holy fuck, what the fuck? And then some creepy ass shit happens and they may not be able to survive. It sounds like sci-fi mixed with survival horror. I'm a sucker for survival horror. I love that shit. So I'm really looking forward to this. You know how much I love Daddy Tor because they're my daddy and all good girls love their daddies. Speaking also of thrillers, Let's talk about one that I'm really excited for. One of my beautiful subscribers, Scott, sent this to me via my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much, Scott. And that is The Overnight Guest by Heather Gutenkopf. This sounds so good. It sounds like exactly the kind of thing that I would sink my little fucking spider teeth into, you know? We're following this woman named Wiley. Wiley is a true crime writer. And she's at this like secluded, out in the middle of, you know, buttfuck nowhere cabin, because it's where she goes to write, you know, to get her little juices flowing. Not like sexily, but just like, you know, writing wise. She's there at this cabin and she starts to feel creeped out because she knows the history, okay? She knows that back in the day, people were fucking murdered at this cabin. She knows. And so she's feeling like a little spidey sensey moment, and she's like, something's weird. And she goes outside and she sees and she finds a little girl in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's like the dead of winter. Okay, and there's like a snowstorm or whatever. So they're all trapped on this like mountain at this retreat on this cabin or whatever. So she brings in this little girl and starts at that point to like kind of try to figure some shit out because shit's weird. And then she also realizes that maybe they're not really alone. Maybe there's somebody else there. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. You know, I love an isolated survival, you know, like snowy mountain book. I love that shit. I can't wait. Another thriller, one that I'm really excited about, and I talked about this in my last book haul, which I will link down below. That is The Husbands by Chandler Baker. This sounds so fucking cool, so fucking good. I've heard nothing but the best things about this, okay? This is basically Stepford Wives, but Stepford Husbands. The Husbands follows Nora and her family. Nora is a very successful lawyer, okay? She's a girl boss. She gets shit done. And only that, but she has like 2 kids. And so she fucking packs the lunches. She fucking does the cleaning. She does the fucking laundry. She does the fucking cooking. Like, she does the fucking dishes. She does everything. And like, sure, her husband is like there, but like he doesn't really do much, you know? And she's always just like questioning, like, I have so much on my plate all the fucking time. Like, why isn't my plate halfened because it's on your fucking plate, you know? Whatever, I guess. So they move to this new neighborhood, and Nora notices that all of these people, like, the women are super successful. They're like best-selling authors. They're like neurosurgeons, okay? They're like, you know, CEOs. And she is seeing that their husbands are like enviably very supportive, very like able to like put in the grunt work or whatever. Is that what people say? I don't know. So she sees this and she's like, oh my god, literally gold. It's not until she agrees to help with the neighborhood sort of like wrongful death case or something that she sees like a look into their lives, and she starts to notice weird shit, and she starts to unravel the mystery a little bit. She starts to pick up little pieces here and there, and she starts to see shit that doesn't really make any sense. I'm so excited to read this. It sounds like how Night Bitch should have been, in my opinion. I'm so excited. Let's switch gears. Let's change gears, okay? For March, I want to read this book simply because I have been really excited about it ever since I heard about it. One of my very lovely patrons, Lonnie, talked about it, and she was like, you need to read it, it's so good. And I was like, I'm in, I'm sold, I'm there. So I bought it and I cannot wait. I'm talking about The Roommate by Rosie Danan. This is a romance novel, okay? I think it's also like kind of smutty, if I'm being honest. This is about Clara. Clara is very much A-type, okay? She's very much like perfectionist, well-mannered, rational. She does something a bit crazy. This dude that she's like a crush on is like, hey, come to this city and we'll be like roommates or whatever. Because it's too good to be true, it really is too good to be true. So she gets there and she is being bamboozled, okay? She has to live with this other guy named like Josh. I hate that name, by the way. I've literally never met a nice Josh. Like, I've never met a Josh that I actually fucking liked. Like, Joshes, ugh, like, anyway, Clara is stuck living with Josh, and you know, he's cute, he's nice, and she does a little bit of Googling. You know, she gets on her computer and she's just, you know, she's looking him up, and she finds out some really interesting information about this little Josh fellow. Let me read this to you, okay? They may not agree on much, but Josh and Clara both agree women deserve better sex, fucking men. What they decide to do about it will change both of their lives, and if they're lucky, they'll help everyone get lucky too. Oh my god, how cute! I'm so excited. Literally, she starts to live with a porn star. Is that politically correct? Porn star? Do people say that anymore? Porn actor? Sex worker? I don't know. I'm so excited to read this. The last book that I want to talk about, the last book I'm adding to my TBR, is a graphic novel, actually. I had so many comments in my book haul being like, it's so fucking cute. How have you not read it? And like, I get it. I would also be upset with me too, you know? I'm talking about The Prince and the Dressmaker. Oh my god, okay. This is a graphic novel about a prince, I believe, who likes to dress in women's clothing. It's about this prince named Sebastian. Sebastian is looking for a bride, or like his parents are kind of looking for a bride for him. He's not really interested in that. He's kind of just like, cool, I guess. But he also has a secret. He has a secret life, okay? And it's very secret. It's very secret, okay? So he's living a secret life, and his secret really is that he likes to wear dresses, and that he likes to go out in these dresses and like live as like a fashion icon. And people love him as his like alter ego. Like, people don't know it's him, but he has his seamstress named Frances who is like living in this secret with him. But she dreams of being more than that as well. She dreams of greatness, and not necessarily as somebody's secret seamstress. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. I live and I love. I can't wait. I've had so many people tell me it's so good. I just need to fucking read it. Like, what am I even waiting for? The art as well is so beautiful, so cute. I love the colors. I love almost everything about it. I'm so excited to read this. I can't wait. My friends, my family, my familia. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. If you have opinions, I would love to know. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit subscribe, because we talk about spooky shit, kind of. We talk about creepy shit, kind of. We talk about romance and porn star roommates and overnight guests and shit. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next one, okay? Bye!